Well, did we see this coming, or did we see this? I don't know if I saw this coming, Danny.
Well, it's not over yet.
I know.
But I mean, it's a pretty good first half by the Bills.
Not bad. And
Despite
Josh
the fact
Allen
that there were
is
several
a force of nature.
Yeah, he looked like Michael Vick on that last touchdown run.
It's eerily similar to the Patriots game, though. All the turnovers, you haven't put them away.
Yeah.
You got to put teams away in the playoffs.
They had the chance. They had
Bingo. You got that right.
Bingo, you got that right. Let me introduce Bulldog.
Bulldog
Been a fan since, been going to games since 1978.
Yeah.
Is this the guy
That's
that
right.
was on the game with Howard Simon?
Now,
Yes,
what
since the
time
Ford
did you get?
administration.
What time did you arrive at BTB today?
Yesterday.
A little while ago.
A little while ago.
I know Mark, and I go way back.
You go way back.
Yes.
You got here about 12:30 today.
No,
here for the 1
but
o'clock
I
game
want to tell you
yesterday.
something.
What do you want to tell us?
We go back 1978.
1978.
My first game.
That
Yeah.
wasn't important in 78.
Terry Grogan at the Boston Patriots and John Hanna, the big offensive guard of Buffalo. And O.J. Simpson ran for 248 yards in the snow to beat New England.
Look at
I've been a fan since.
The last
Look at
time they
that.
beat New
You
England,
I've
so
been
now
a fan
listen to me.
since.
Wow.
I'm down there.
I know. It's
I
crazy.
go way back.
You go way back.
You want to talk more stories? We will.
This guy makes Crohn's.
Do you think
sound like
OJ did it?
Sober.
How about the coldest game they've
coldest
ever
game.
had in Buffalo?
What was that? What game was that?
Against the Raiders. It wasn't the championship
It was the
game
week
which
before.
I was at.
It was the week before.
The quarter keg froze, and we put it on the fire to get on and bang. But I want to tell you guys
93.
the story.
What? What do you
Right
want to
now,
tell us?
Billy,
Yeah.
I want to tell you something.
Okay.
The classiest time I've been to Buffalo, we went to a Buffalo Bills game on a Thursday, and then we went to Jim Kelly's bar outside. It was unreal. I had guys come up behind me and tap me on the shoulder. They were the biggest guys I've ever seen in my life. They were 6'5", 6'4".
What were they doing?
They were bouncers.
They play for the Canadian League.
They were coming to throw you out.
They said, hey,
They
Andy
brought
Cap,
us
stop
up
drinking.
in an elevator, and Jim Kelly, his wife Jill, his dad, all of us, and Rumor
You
Brown.
got to
was-
party with those guys?
Yes, I
Look
did.
at you.
Yes, I
Look
did.
at you.
Yes, I did.
He took Jim
The
Kelly's
Bulldog.
command home
Yes,
that
I
night.
did.
We got a kid that's hang on, just because it's too many voices at once.
It was unbelievable. True story.
All right, well, that's great. Well, listen, Bulldog, can we get...
I'm not done yet.
All right,
what
all
do you
right,
want
all
to talk about?
Well, what do you want to talk?
More games?
Yeah, give me one more story, and then I got to get Matt on.
All right. I've seen Lydell Mitchell and
Yeah.
Bert Jones, and I've seen Joe Namath at the end of his career with John Riggins as a rookie.
Really?
He had a shaved head, and he was before he got traded to the Redskins.
Wow.
So
That's how far back I go.
Bulldog would know
Don't.
this. Bulldog would know this. Josh Allen's touchdown run
Yes.
was the
Yes.
longest Bills touchdown run since Joe Cribbs in 1981.
I remember Joe Cribbs. He went to USFL.
Longest touchdown run in a playoff game by the Buffalo Bills.
Look at that.
How about Greg Bell running off tackle against the Dallas Cowboys, 75 yards, and I was there.
All right,
Hey,
Bulldog.
hey,
1984.
Tom Landry,
Bulldog.
Randy White, all
right.
them guys. We kicked Dallas's ass.
Bulldog. All right, we need to make room for Matt.
The guy
He's
pays
got to
the
get in
bills.
there.
Well, don't you guys like me?
Yes, you had great stories. That was good.
True stories. All right, man. All right,
You were
buddy.
great. You were great.
All right, buddy.
You were great. You were
Love
great.
you guys.
Danny, I got a little nervous at the end there.
Is that the guy from WGR Bulldog? Or is that who that is?
I don't know. True story.
Yeah, I got nervous too, Billy. I got nervous too. First of all, he had several oh crap moments in that first half. Okay.
Jesus, man, who let the owner of the distillery in here?
You had the Frymouth. The ball goes out of bounds on the fumble. The NFL really botched this, and I'm not talking about the call.
Sure did.
I'm talking about the fact.
That was a bad call.
Here's what happened. Here's how they botched it. I don't care which way you call it, but they should have called it a fumble on the field so the Bills wouldn't be cost a timeout or a challenge. They already
100%.
used one, right? If they go to New York, it automatically gets reviewed if they call it a fumble, and they can always overturn it. But since they didn't, the Bills had a challenge because they thought they had the ball, and so the Bills lost both. They've used both challenges. Now they're out of challenges for the rest of the game.
And they called it out of bounds, which is bullshit.
Well, because the rule, if you touch,
helmet.
that's the rule, though. If you're touching out of bounds and you touch the ball, it's a David Patton
see a
rule.
lot of those guys on that.
Man, I don't think his helmet was touching.
Right, I don't think so either, but that was the rule.
If you call it that way, it has to be that way. So you call it leaning it the other way. Just say it's a fumble, call it, and review it. Once you say it's out of bounds, it's impossible to overturn. But McDermott should have known that too.
That's why you'll see the guys on kickoffs
terrible.
put their feet
Do
on
we
the
think
out of
that's
bounds
a
and touch
bad
it.
coaching? I mean,
No, it's terrible officiating.
McDermott's got somebody upstairs telling him to do that.
yeah.
So
Terrible
he's been wrong all season.
Leslie Frazier.
But he was right the first time.
First
today.
time. Let me ask you, if we were at this game,
We would freeze him.
yeah, but I'm watching, Matt. That has
Not
to
if
be
you're
the
drunk like Bulldog.
sloppiest mess there because they were sitting on snowbanks. Now you got to think the heat just from the human body, right? And all that. You've got to have a big mess. And every time.
There's got to be so much piss in the stands right now.
I give so much credit to the Bills fans and the Steelers fans. Those seats actually look pretty clear. They might be standing on a little snow, but there was 2 feet. There was 2 feet.
300, not so much.
No, well, 300 is a bunch of drunk assholes. You don't want to sit up there. But if you look at the lower seats, they've done a nice job of clearing it out. There was over 2 feet of snow. That's amazing. Props to Bills Mafia for that.
Yeah, that's a lot because I'm just thinking, would you want? I mean, people were paying a couple $100 to sit in those seats, right? I mean, when I say a couple hundred, probably like $5.
They pay like $300 to
But the thing
$500.
is, how does
So
the NFL not
my
have some
tickets
sort
are
of plan
section
for this?
113. I sold them for $330. So I lost $24 on them. They sold for $330 yesterday.
Why? So what would they normally go for?
Well, my cost was $354. Usually we'd sell those tickets for about $550, $600.
Yeah, but with the weather, you weren't getting there.
Killed it.
It did kill it.
Yeah.
Why has the NFL not come up with a plan for these snow stadiums though? With all the money involved in this, all the different teams. You've got Cleveland, you've got Buffalo, you've got
It's
New
an
York.
interesting
What
thing.
do you want them to do?
Nashville got hammered with
I would
snow.
want to
You
see
gotta have
them.
some sort of plan, maybe.
Well, I mean, I think they did follow the plan, though.
Heated
The
seats.
plan was to move the game to Atlanta, and the Bills and New York State put their foot down and said no. That was the plan.
Are you sure? Because I heard Cleveland.
No, it was Atlanta. It was Atlanta, and several
I'm glad
reports.
they said no because I don't want to lose that
Right.
home field event.
You would-
Boy,
that would-
that sucks for guys
that
like
would've-
you who were trying to sell tickets.
That would have been a road game for the
I
Bills.
lose my ass. Yeah.
However,
In Atlanta,
Josh Allen plays pretty good in a dome. You seen him in Detroit? Plays pretty good.
He does, but that would have been Steeler Nation down in Atlanta. The Steelers are like, there's
Steelers.
5 NFL teams that are national. The Cowboys, the Packers, the Steelers, the Raiders, and the Giants.
They
Slowly
travel
Buffalo's
so
getting there.
Well, if Josh
Buffalo's
Allen keeps doing
definitely
commercials with Peppa Pig, yeah, I think so.
Listen, I'll tell you
Great
what.
commercial, by the way.
It's hysterical.
Bills fans filled this place up real nice tonight.
Yeah, they did.
You know what?
It's a great
you know
crowd.
what? We have a huge Dallas Cowboys nation following in Rochester. And last night we had about 70 people here tonight. There's about
kidding.
300 people here right now for Buffalo.
Wow.
Those are true fucking fans. That's
Yeah.
why.
They all saw the future and saw you throwing shit and didn't
you
want
know
to come
what
out
else,
last night.
too?
We've seen it every year.
BTB makes him welcome. There's not a bad seat in this joint. The food is fantastic. I mean, come on. And
Props to Bills Mafia, man.
yeah,
they
but
came out.
you play the shout song every time they score a touchdown. I mean, it's just a fun environment.
They were all singing it and dancing.
Yeah, that's the first, right?
Yeah.
You've seen it all year.
Yeah.
Usually it's kind of a lame, laid-back crowd. Tonight they're fired up
Well,
and
I
going.
think they're ready. Look, when you went from 6, I mean, I have referred to this season as one of the most chaotic seasons, right? And And the Buffalo Bills had a lot of chaos. They fired their offensive coordinator. We had the article about McDermott. You had some key injuries to star players on defense, and then they come. How about Elam? Danny's going on about how bad Elam's. He goes, God, he's so terrible. And he was. He was awful until he made the interception in the end zone. He redeemed himself.
Yeah, I mean, because right now you have Bedford out. I don't know if he's coming back in the second half. Your punter, Sam Martin, on the punt block, pulled his hamstring. So now you don't have a punter anymore.
Did not every guy over 40 watching him run goes, fuck, I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah.
Right? You could not.
But I feel like the Elam thing, I think that was a McDermott thing. I think he had a personal vendetta. He's been benching him. He's been a healthy scratch how many times? And at the trade deadline, there was talk that they were going to trade him. I would take him.
Yeah,
we lost Diggs. I would have taken him.
Yeah.
I think
he's a man corner. He's not a zone corner. Sorry.
Stephon Diggs will be in.
We only played zone yesterday.
Dallas not sure though, don't you think?
You think Stephon Diggs will be there?
Yeah.
No,
I don't.
No, the Bills would lose like $40 million against the cap if they shipped him out.
And Dallas can't afford him.
I love the way you just said that, though. You're so confident. Mark, that was the best.
I mean, he did pick Steelers to win this game earlier.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He did.
I said 2 touchdown game. That's where we're at right now. I feel like that's what's going to end up at.
Now, without trying to make anybody embarrass anyone, and I don't mean anyone at this table, our friend Bulldog. I mean, boy, he that poor guy just repeated himself.
I'm going to go on record to say I warned Kevin not to put him on a microphone.
I remember
That
when
wasn't
Joe
Kevin's
Montana
fault.
threw the touchdown for the Bills.
That was my fault.
And he's been here since 12:30.
yesterday.
He scored 4 touchdowns in one game for Polk High School.
He is right about the Greg Bell thing, though. 75 yards, first play from scrimmage, 1984 Cowboys against the Bills.
Look at this.
14-3 they lost. My first ever live game. I believe it was November 18th, 1984. I might be off by a day or two.
Oh, that's impressive, though. That was your first live game,
Yeah,
huh?
I was 10 years old. I cried
Look at
myself to
that.
sleep on the way home.
Oh.
My dad said, suck it up. Stop crying, bitch.
That's what you can say that to your kids.
And his
And by
dad,
the way-
Bulldog.
That's not a hold.
And my dad brainwashed me to be a Cowboys fan, so God rest his soul, but God, fuck you. What the hell were you thinking?
What did you do to me?
I apologize to both my kids that made Cowboys fans today. I'm like, I'm very sorry.
Well, hey, look, you know what? And sooner or later, it's going to turn around for them, too. I don't know if it'll be in Jerry's lifetime.
Since Jerry dies.
Yeah, it may be. His son seems to be a pretty good
Steven's very smart.
talent scout. Who
It's
knows?
that's all Will McClay. Like, Will McClay doesn't get the title,
Yeah.
but he also got 4 interview requests last week for a GM spot, and he turned them all down because Jerry just pays him stupid money to shut up and be this guy, and Jerry takes all the credit for it. And that's what Jerry likes. He likes puppets.
I
So,
would love a job like that.
me too.
You do the work. I'll pay you big money.
Bro.
I'll get to take the credit.
Yes.
How much do I make? Okay.
I want to be a puppet.
Yeah. All right.
It's like working in radio.
It's called podcasting days.
No,
Isn't that
it's
how
not
you
like
work with
working in
Bill?
radio 'cause
You do all the work and Bill pays you, right?
That's it. Yeah. He says nothing. That's right. Danny does all the
And
heavy
free, and,
lifting.
free, and free dinner on Mondays from BTV. Bill pays us.
That's you, Kevin. Who are you kidding?
Well, we were trying to guess what was Kevin going to have when he came here. Kevin knows the menu inside and out.
Well, Sam Martin was able to lift off a punt there.
Yeah, he got the punt off.
Yeah.
He didn't look happy about it at the end, though.
That's okay. You can sign a new punter next week. You know, there's that guy you guys cut.
Yes.
Arizona State kid, right?
The punk guy.
Ariza.
The punt god.
Matt Ariza. He could
Poor
be.
kid, man.
Yeah, I mean, talk about having your whole life.
Over a lie.
Over something that did not
Yeah.
involve you. Yeah. Yep. Something that did not involve you. It's a fucked up world we're living in now, Mark. That's what I say. It's a fucked up world we're living in.
Oh, yes. And you're in Greece, so we're fucked up here than anywhere.
I don't know about that. I've been enjoying my time out on the west side.
Mark he's not used to doing shots anymore, and he's done 3 or 4 tonight, so he's a little subdued right now.
Yes, he is. Well, he came over with his classic drink that you can get here at BTB, the Fuck Hillman. That's what it's called. I think if you ask for it, you will get it. The
Yes,
fuck,
you will.
It's true.
That's
The
true.
Fuck Hillman.
Come to
It's a-
BTB and watch Mark hammer a fuck hill.
It's the fantastic.
So fucking boring.
All right, so Danny, if they win, and I don't want to get too far ahead, it's next
Sunday night.
6:30. Is it 6:30?
Yeah, Kansas City.
Bring those bitches in town.
Oh, they made it the late game already?
Yeah.
I've already said
That's
that.
all right.
Yeah,
They get a few
it's-
extra hours. That's
Yeah.
all right.
I've said a couple things to friends already on via text. It's happening. when Patriots fire Belichick, it's opened the portal to hell. The Bills are winning the Super Bowl. You heard it here first.
Very well. You could.
And I hate it.
Why do you hate it?
I like the misery.
Well, he's a Patriots fan. I get that.
Yeah, but I mean, you had it for 20-something, 25 years.
Eight Super Bowls later, he's like, Buffalo can have one.
Yeah, I know.
They had 4 in a row.
That is true. They had 4 in a row. You got 10 and won 7.
Right.
Come on. That's 6 or 6. That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. All right, we're at BTB. Second half is underway. Danny, any thoughts before we had to take a little break here, and then we'll come back towards the end?
The Bills went 3 on that first drive. They have to get the ball back here immediately because you cannot give Pittsburgh life. You give them a little bit of life, all of a sudden everybody starts, oh no, here we go.
Right,
it's a disease.
Am I
you
wrong?
gotta squash it now.
Am I wrong thinking they should get Cook involved a little bit? They haven't ran the ball at all.
They've been trying to.
He's just not. They've gotten him involved, but I mean, this
Not
is
on a consistent basis.
After the
Screen
script.
passes.
Yeah.
After the script, you find out what your offensive coordinator's made up.
True story.
All right, we will take a break and be back towards the end of the game. It's always fun because you get the progression. So far, the score 21-7. We'll see how we end up here.
Doesn't look like it was a great putty.
Kevin said, no, it doesn't. It looks like they're at the 40.
I'll start back him up.
Kevin is saying the Bills go to the Super Bowl. Will that be
I'm
true?
saying they win it.
Whoa. Wow. That's a bold prediction. We'll be right back.
Bills are going to win it, and Bills got it.